Fish Cleans Up the Ocean by Deborah Deason. Pictures by Dan Hanna.
The ocean is amazing!
Mr. Fish's grin was wide. The beautiful surroundings left him wonderstruck inside. His head was full of happy, and his heart was full of awe. But his smile sank away when he turned around and saw a big, big mess.
Whatever could it be?
But he couldn't really tell. So he talked with a friend who had noticed it as well.
There's a problem that needs solving, and I don't know what to do. But I'm going to find some answers. Would you like to join me too?
Absolutely, said Miss Shimmer, as she grabbed a few supplies. They traveled to the mystery mess and see with their own eyes. Swimming off, they were enchanted by the ocean big and bright. But looming in the distance was that dark, dismal sight. A big, big mess.
What's it made of?
They both wondered. As they pondered this out loud, around them others gathered in a small but growing crowd.
There's a problem that needs solving, and we don't know what to do. But we're going to find some answers. Would you like to join us too? Count us in,
said Mr. Seahorse, and he powered up his rig. Enthusiasm bubbled. Yes, the group was getting big. They jetted through the ocean in a peaceful sort of bliss, but the thing that stretched before them was impossible to miss. A big, big mess.
Who will fix it?
Fish were asking, hoping someone else would know. There was lots of conversation as they traveled with the flow.
There's a problem that needs solving, and we don't know what to do. But we're going to find some answers. Would you like to join us too?
All as one, said Mrs. Squid, as she swished away some junk. The group continued forward toward the nearing pile of gunk. They reached the mystery mess. They took measurements and samples. They made notes and they did research. They found similar examples. When everyone was finished, they assembled to discuss. They came to one conclusion.
The problem is us! We made the big, big mess.
They froze in disbelief. Then they all began to shout, feeling troubled and uneasy, and some began to pout. Were they stuck with this forever? Would it worsen? Would it grow? Mr. Fish was worried too.
But there's one thing that I know. It's awful that we caused it, but this bad news can be good. For it means that we can solve it if we all agree we should.
Silence filled the ocean. Their future was at stake. It was a moment of decision, but which one would they make? A big, big yes!
Yes, we can do it, they exclaimed. Positively.
Yes and yup! So they all pitched in together, and they cleaned the ocean up. They gathered up the garbage with the help of everyone. They worked hard to fix and remedy the damage that they'd done. Then they talked about new habits, how to travel with less trace, and reduce their use of plastic, and put trash into its right place.
Problems have solutions, so we learned what we can do. Together, we're the answer. Would you like to join us too?
The end.
Today, artists, we're going to be inspired by the pout pout fish. But before we do, I wanted to share with you a special day that is coming up. This day is called Earth Day, and it's on April 22nd. It's a great day to remind both adults and children how important it is to take care of our planet. One way to take care of our planet is by recycling. So any of those items that could end up in a trash can, if they are paper, plastic, or glass, they could be put into the recycling bin. These same items also have another feature as well. They could be transformed into an art project. And that is what we are going to do today. We are going to create a fish using recycled materials. Artists, let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to need to create our fish today using recycled materials. The body of my fish was created from a thin, empty cereal box. Along with that, you're going to need a pencil for drawing, a Sharpie, some scissors for cutting, and a bottle of glue to help adhere your items onto the body of your fish. Now, to add color today, items like colored pencils, crayons, or markers would work fantastic. Now, along with these art materials, we also need all those unusual items that you would find in your recycle bin. So you might have to do some digging and see what you can come up with. So some ideas for recycled items, looking in boxes that have been packaged with other items, so styrofoam pieces, plastic containers, bottle caps, or even netting could be really cool for your recycled items. Artists, grab your materials, then we'll start creating your fish. Your first step today is to draw the body of your fish using basic shapes. So think about combining different triangles, ovals, or even squares together to form the shape of a fish. You can also make your fish any size. After you draw your fish in pencil, use your coloring materials to add a little bit of color to your art. We want to transform the color of your box. When you finish coloring in your fish, I like to outline my pencil lines in Sharpie. That makes it a little easier for me to see when I go to cut out my fish. Your next job is to safely cut off the extra part of your cardboard box. So remove that background from your fish. After you've removed your background, we then get to start using all those fun recycled materials to add extra elements to the body of our fish. Artists, now you get to be creative and add in the extra recycled materials that you gathered. So think about how those different pieces could form the body details, the scales of your fish, or even an eyeball. There's no one right answer of how to add on your recycled materials onto the body of your fish. So get creative and come up with an awesome and fun idea to further decorate your art today. Don't forget, if you're using glue, a tiny little dot does a great job to attach your items together. You could also squeeze out a small amount of glue onto a paper towel or a plate, then take your different recycled materials and dip them into a thin layer of glue as well. Find a way that works for you, artists, to adhere all your fun recycled items onto your fish.